Welcome to my channel, Ida the Intuitive. I'm Ida. Thanks for being here. I want to do a little quick disclaimer before I get into the reading. A real clown has the nuclear code to my channel. A real clown has the nuclear code to my channel. So if you like the readings that I do, the information that I share, please follow me on my Instagram, Ida the Intuitive, so that if this channel just randomly gets taken down or destroyed, you can still find me in the new one that I create. Because the reality is I'm being stalked and hacked by a big old group of people that just really want to see me fail and really want to make sure that I don't that I'm not able to have a following. And so, everything is always in the air with this group of people. But the reality is, I still am going to move forward and do the best that I can do. So if you like what you see here, keep an eye out for me, just in case one day this isn't here anymore and then it's just a bunch of like Elon Musk videos on what this channel used to be. All right, so, but pray not, right? Let's pray that that does not happen. But in the case that it does, just to be sure that you can find me. Okay, so this reading, the energy that I've been getting for this one has a lot to do with weight and size. And I'm picking up an energy where it's like the beginnings that you come from have been cruel towards you and your weight. They've been cruel. People have been very cruel to you about your size, and the pressure that they put you under in order to achieve a certain look or a certain way of being. While at the same time, I'm picking up a few things. I'm picking up somebody who continues to look back at who they used to be and then feeling negativity about that. Then I'm picking up somebody that's a fluctuator. Maybe you fluctuate in weight and size a lot. And so you kind of feel like you're always in different energies with people, where it's like, when you're small, people are rude to you because you're small and they don't like that. When you get bigger, they're happy and they celebrate that you're bigger just because they don't like you, right? So it's like a constant kind of reminder to yourself that all of the choices that you make about your body need to be for you and only for you, right? Because it's like no matter what you do and no matter who is watching, someone's gonna always be mad. And I, also keep on picking up these masculine energies that love to pit women against each other and love to make them feel like, oh, well, look at how you look and look at how she looks. Look at how this person looks and look at how this person looks. And, how are you going to do this, but you look like this? How are you going to do this, but you look like this type of energy? She's looking like an Instagram model, but what are you looking like, right? Finding their 10 of cups out of ego, which is really not, that's a karmic 10 of cups, right? Like your karmic 10 of cups is the one that you find based out of looks alone, right? And it will bring karmic issues. And I think that that's something, that we learn time and time again, because it's hard not to, right? I guess it's like it's easy to have that karmic hunch of like, this person is attractive and I really feel like I like them because of that. But the reality is there's always a deeper layer. And you notice this kind of spiral energy. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if that's how a 10 of cups is really found, through like a spiral of mess, compared to just like the quick 10 of cups that you feel like you found on a whim. And I don't know, I feel like there's something that definitely has to do with father energy, having a cruel father that, you know, was always just very nasty to you about your weight and how you looked. It made you feel like, you know, there was no love there. Like, it was just like, you look like this, you know, you can't wear this, you can't do this, and you're not good enough because of that. And it's kind of like, you know, I'm not your girlfriend, I'm your daughter, right? Like, it's not supposed to be about how I look. First of all, you're not trying to marry me, are you? But the reality is, these are the same fathers that are molesters and abusers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, probably. And this ties into an energy of laziness. I feel like there's always that person that loves to spray the word lazy out of their hot breath ass mouth. Lazy, lazy, lazy. And the gifts that you have are not lazy, but some gifts require a different kind of skill set and a different type of effort being put through. That's what I'm getting with this Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands in reverse. So then I'm also picking up on an energy of like, somebody thinks that you made a certain decision because you gave up on something, and so everybody thinks that's funny. It's like, oh, you just weren't strong enough to achieve the task, but because of your other gifts, you knew that it was a whole load of fuck shit going on within this opportunity, and that you knew the truth and you still said no for the right reasons. You know, not just because you didn't want to put the effort in, but because you could see who these folks were. And then even still, they're still showing you every single day who they are. And then they're still trying to act as if it's just your fault that you just didn't do enough. Isn't that some shit? Isn't that some shit? And then assuming that you're going to be heartbroken because you didn't want what they were offering. But it's like, I feel like for some people, what is offered needs to also come with a certain kind of respect. And I feel like this goes kind of into the realities of the industry, that people just aren't nice. And, you know, it's really not about that. They just want to see how you look and see if it fits what they're looking for, right? And if it doesn't, like, they don't really care. It's really not about kindness. It's really not about like making sure that everybody is included, even in this world of inclusivity that we're trying to push forward, right? And that can be funny when there are folks who say that they push for inclusivity, but then they're still negative and still spitting on folk and throwing negative words at folk. What is inclusivity? What is the point of being inclusive? What is the point of being inclusive? What's the point of being inclusive when you can't really make space for the reality of who people are? And it's like, these folks, again, I said this in another reading, it's like, people don't play fair, but then they're expecting you to, you know, act accordingly. We're not. We're not going to be doing that. We're not. 8 of Cups. We're not. And they still don't want to move to calmer waters, though. They still want to have their tongue down your fucking ear, trying to ask you, you know, asking all them questions, assuming shit about you. What? And then there's something also about this Nine of Pentacles card. And then I'm also picking up somebody saying because of that, that they could like never love you because of the choice that you have made, that they could never love you. And so I want whoever is resonating with this, when you do your day-to-day stuff, take an extra look at what you like about yourself and remind yourself of that all the time, because it's like these folks are so ruthless. I mean, they are ruthless and they are so cruel with the way that they make particular judgments about people. You know what I mean? And I just feel like, here's what I really feel. If you know that something in your heart causes you the wrong kind of suffering, that there is a certain kind of suffering that we are willing to put up with because it gets us where we want to be, and then there's a certain kind of suffering that we don't deserve to always put ourselves through. So it's like, if there is something that's causing you the kind of suffering where it's like putting your foot in a fire pit, and they're asking you to keep your foot in the fire pit for the sake of success. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a difference between a long climb up a hill that you need to get to the top of, and then like, you know, walking on hot coals all the way up somebody else's hill just for them to honestly want to knock you down when you get up there. I don't know. You got to just use your own discernment. But I'm just feeling like there's certain levels of suffering that you don't deserve. And that I'm just seeing this Ace of Pentacles. And like a heart, like somebody just like needing space to like lay their heart down for a second and like have that, you know what I'm saying? Have that, like have space for that. Cause I don't like what I'm picking up. I really don't like the energy. I'm seeing all the bruises on this woman's arm. Like I just don't like what I'm getting. I don't like what I'm getting, and I don't like what it implies. I'm just not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. So and also, don't be afraid of taking a non-conventional approach to something as well, because I do feel like there is this kind of like, have you ever seen that video of Keke Palmer roasting La Roche? I'm forgetting the name of it, but it's kind of that idea of like somebody that just has a very old school way of thinking about things and doing things. And like, you know, it also kind of makes me think of like the Marines in a way. I was watching Avatar Way of the Water, and one of the Marines was like, you know, you can kill us, but we'll just reconvene in hell. And the way he said that, I was like, these are the kind of motherfuckers that I just can't deal with. My father was a Marine. You know what I'm saying? I'm not afraid to say, like, me and my father, like, we just don't agree on shit. And it's because he's this, like, really tyrannical in a very secretly tyrannical, and then likes to pretend that he's not. And I just keep hearing this song, you're just like my father, you never want to quit it, admit it, yeah, by Sudan Archives. And it's called Iceland Moss. And she's basically letting this nigga know, like, you don't see me. And you never will. Like, that's what that song means to me at the core. You don't see me, and you never will be able to. You will never be able to see me clearly. Like, you will never be able to really see the gifts that I have. You will never be able to understand me for who I am, you know? And that can hurt. That can hurt when you know that who you are matters to you, and that you have tried fitting in, or that you have tried, to follow every rule. You've tried that, and that is not who you are, and that's not how you achieve. It's just not how you achieve. So it's like, okay, what are you supposed to do? And then I'm kind of picking up with people who are highly sensitive, even the possibility of autistic, right? Or highly functioning autistic, or just kind of where like you're here, look, with the temperance card here. Something I'm just kind of feeling like your mind needs a certain level of like space and processing in order to do things successfully. And like, even maybe there are times in your life where it's like you always had somebody really trying to, push you to work harder, learn more. But like, you learn things differently, even, right? And a lot of psychics do. A lot of psychics and spiritualists do. So it's kind of like not everyone is gonna look. And that's what I'm seeing with this Hierophant in reverse right now. It's kind of like I'm seeing this as a new approach. And that something about this light here, even though it's upside down, there's still light being reached. Like, it seems upside down to somebody, but it's honestly like where your happiness lies, where your true happiness and true balance lies for you. But just that, something about having a dark heart. Or like having to have grace. Like, if you won't bow down, you have to have grace. Yeah. Having a dark heart, or it could just literally be anger or like resentment. Yeah, resentment for this kind of cruel King of Swords energy. And that could literally be like who you feel like you always kind of run into, who's always got their hot ass breath trying to say some shit to you about what you're not doing good enough. Or there's a lot of the folks, some of these hackers actually that are fucking with me at the moment consider my channel and my videos and me sharing my spiritual knowledge as just tossing something quick on the grill. And that I need to go back to school in order to share this knowledge with y'all. And that I won't be able to make any like living or success, or have any, real success off of doing this, right? Meanwhile, like I've always said, there's thousands and thousands of successful tarot channels on this particular platform of YouTube that is doing well for them, and is also giving them a platform to go in another direction, so they choose, right? And even though these folks know that, they just don't like me. That's what it really is. It's like they can come with days and days of notes as to why I'm making the wrong decision. But again, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? So that's just what I need you to remember. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? Or if you just needed the little reminder, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? And then I'm also picking up, you could be the kind of person that just likes to wear bigger clothes, or kind of just you like to, like, layer stuff and wear things a little bit differently. More of like a, compared to like maybe the tight outfit, you just kind of like something that's maybe a little bit more loose, a little bit more chill, a little bit more like, that's just your style. And it could relate to like your past and cruel things that people have said to you about your body, but it could also just be that now, like, that really is your style and you like that, and that you're eccentric in the way that you style yourself. And so and that you are a 10 of cups to many. Okay, that's what you need to understand. Somebody in there needs to understand that you have options, bitch. You have options, sir. Okay, really, you do. And that it's just about you putting in the work that matters to you. To you, okay? Because it's like, I don't know, it's like this is just might be something in your life that is going to be a fight for you, because it's like some things that we go through in our past just are always things that we kind of have to like always wipe up, clean up. You know what I mean? And that even the voices in your own head, because I'm hearing something about voices in your head, right? That are so loud that it's like, yeah, like your inner child is still kind of angry, I think. I feel like that your inner child has some real deep resentment that you're not quite sure maybe how to um or you're learning how to deal with that, and so it makes you just kind of feel like it's just like you hear that in your head still, of just like a hate, like just a fucking hater, like a gnat, just like always talking some dumb shit, you know what I mean? And that really like is annoying to you, and it can even, freeze you, stop you for a second. Yeah. I mean, and I'm picking up honestly also like somebody is thinking that like you will be in despair when you realize what has happened, or you will be in despair when you realize that like the reality of the situation, that somebody held you back, or I mean that's what I'm getting, that somebody held you back from something. somebody really yeah, I don't know. I'm picking up then on this energy where then somebody feels like they're forced to deal with you because of some sort of situation or something. Like they feel forced, or like, because I'm just seeing this pig or something on the thing. A pig. Something about a pig. And then I just heard Ino pig. If you ever see Naruto, Ino is like the annoying ass little. She's only annoying when it comes to Sasuke, right? Of like anything. Sakura likes Sasuke so fucking much, but so does Ino. And Ino's always like, what are you gonna get Sasuke? Like, he's in the hospital. And she's always like, Eno pig. Like, always like saying that to her. Don't know. But, Eno pig. So, I don't know. And I'm picking that up too. It's like somebody thought you were stagnant, or that like you were just gonna be down for the out for the count, honey, after that one. And it's like you're not. And you're healing through it in the best way that you can. You know what I mean? You're doing the best that you can, and you're trying to find joy within that too. And sometimes that means fucking eating, bitch. Okay? Sometimes that means eating, bitch. And that's fine. Like, that's fine. That's okay. So, tell Eno to get out of here. I don't know. Something about Eno. Like, tell Eno to hush, honey. And tell... It's like, tell these folks to hush up. I don't know, dude. You just... Part of the journey is reminding yourself who the fuck you are, despite all of the shapes and changes and this and that happens. And that, yeah, you can enjoy, that's another thing. It's like when you maybe lose weight, you enjoy the feeling of like what you see in the mirror. And then that can be hard to maintain. So you gain some back. And then you start to have these insecurities again. And that's when you hear that voice. That's when you hear that negative ass voice. And, but don't think that you can't handle that, though. That's just what I'll say. Don't think that you are incapable of riding those waves, right? And that's another thing also about the feminine heart, because that's why I'm feeling also a little bit with what I saw, the moon in the heart. Women are natural fluctuators. And this is what irritates me, because it's like, oh, we live in this world where men have all this power and they don't understand women, and they don't understand the feminine, and they don't respect the reality of fluctuation. Literally, even the weight that you gain a little bit before your cycle, right? And it's like some men are so obsessive, they notice that. Oh, her fingers are chubby this week. I'm telling, these are the kind of men that unfortunately follow me the fuck around. These type of niggas. Oh, her fucking, look at her hands are chubby today. It must mean her period. You got more belly today. These type of folk. Like, can you fucking, you are really all up in my business, no? You really are all up in my business today, no? Like, these are the type of men that I literally, and I just like hate men like that so much. You know what I mean? I just hate that nitpicky ass fucking energy. So, you know, more power to you, more power to you. And it's better to isolate yourself from those kind of energies so that you can at least live day to day and only hear your negative voice and not like more amplified negative voices, right? But at least just the one that you can tell your own shadow to just shh, and that you're not making space for others' opinions that, you know, don't even have the gumption or the gall to show up for you anyways. You know what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind. And tell Eno to shut her ass up. Eno. Shut up, Eno. Go eat a piece of fucking cake, Eno. Or something. Because you're being rude. There's also these feminine energies that then, you know, who have just been skinny their whole lives by default because they're white or something, you know, and like don't understand, just couldn't understand anyways. So whatever. Okay, I'm done. That's done. That's the end of this reading. Hope it gave you some confirmation. Take care, and until next time. Bye.